Hello friends, my name is Habib and today we are going to learn arrays in C++. C++ it has variables. Now let's say you want to store some data somewhere in C++. So you can use a variable to store data. Like if you want to store this number 5 to use for later, so you can make a variable called v to store the number 5. And you can call the v variable whenever you want. Whenever and wherever you want. So you don't have to be repeating the same thing over and over again. Not only that, if you want to make, there's multiple places. If you make just one change to the variable, it will change anywhere that uses the variable. So if I change this to 10, it will change anywhere that uses the variable. So this quote means print. And so since I'm printing the value of the variable, these will both change to 10. So if I change this to 9, then these will both change to 9. Oh yeah, it's because I didn't put an NDL, so both of the printings were on the same line. Whatever. But what if you want to make but what if you want to store the value of multiple things? Let's say we want to make a list of some people. So now I'm going to do it this way. This is person 1. Now in C++, I can use the string person 1. Oh yeah, I also have to include this library for string. String person 1 is beep. String person 2 is beep, and string person 3 is also b3. Now I could do it like this. Each person's name is stored in a separate variable. Now that's nice and all. It works, but this is too much of a hassle. So instead of doing this, you can use arrays to store the variable. I'll make a variable of type int with v. This is how many elements are in the array. So I want there to be 3 elements. I make them to be 1, 2, and 3. Now, what if I want to print the first element? I write quote v0. You may be wondering why it's not v1. Well, for in C++, the first element of an array is in index 0 instead of index 1, which means that the second element is 1 and the third element is 2. So if I write v0, it will print the first element, v1, it will print the second element, etc, etc. Now you can't put variables of multiple types in the same array, since C++ is a statically typed language. So if I put a string in this array that contains integer, this is position 2, which is the string. Instead of printing the strings, it prints 115. Oh yeah, the reason why it prints 115 is because this s, the character, can actually be converted to an integer. So this integer is character 115. I mean this char character. Anyways, as I was saying, let me do a better example. This is the char 1, 2, 3. Yikes. These are just different smiley faces. So now, anyways, in C++, I'm going to make an array that's an integer int I 3 equals 2 0, 0, 0. Now this array can store a maximum of 3 numbers. If I make it store 4 numbers and run this, it will show an error. But if I make it store 2 numbers, well, you see that it works. So anyways, you cannot change how many variables this array stores. So since it stores 3 variables, it's stuck like that. Or I could do this. I could remove the number entirely. So now that I remove the number entirely, I can make it store any amount of variables I want. Right? I6 is equal to 4. Now I'm going to print I6 Now, as you can see, I did not put any number in the brackets. That allows me to store any number of elements I want in the array. Now, normally, let's say I put a number in the brackets. If I put a number in the brackets, I cannot change how big the array is. Or at least that's how it's used to be. C++ compared to C has vectors. I have to include them. Vectors are just arrays, but you can